Hello and welcome to our special edition, the 12 Apostles. Today we have 4 different modes going from easy to impossible. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below how much answers you got right. Let's go. Easy mode. Question 1. How many original apostles did Jesus choose? Mark 3 verses 14 to 15. He appointed 12 that they might be with him and that he might send them out to preach and to have authority to drive out demons. Question 2. Which apostle denied Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed? Peter. Matthew 26 verse 34. Truly, I tell you, Jesus said, this very night, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. Question 3. Who was the tax collector Jesus called to be an apostle? Matthew 9 verse 9. As Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's booth. Follow me, he told him, and Matthew got up and followed him. Question 4. Which apostle is known for doubting Jesus' resurrection until he saw Jesus with his own eyes? Thomas. John 20 verse 25. So the other disciples told him, we have seen the Lord. But he said to them, unless I see the nail marks in his hands, and put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe. Question 5. Who was the apostle that replaced Judas Iscariot? Matthias. Acts 1 verse 26. Then they cast lots, and the lot fell to Matthias, so he was added to the 11 apostles. Time for the medium mode. Question 6. Which apostle was also known as Saul? Paul. Acts 13 verse 9. Then Saul, who was also called Paul, filled with the Holy Spirit, looked straight at Elymas and said. Question 7. Who were the 2 brothers called by Jesus to become fishers of men? Peter and Andrew. Matthew 4 verses 18 to 19. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw 2 brothers, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. Come, follow me, Jesus said, and I will send you out to fish for people. Question 8. Which apostle wrote the book of Revelation? John. Revelation 1 verses 1 to 2. The revelation from Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants what must soon take place. He made it known by sending his angel to his servant John. Question 9. Who was the first apostle to be martyred? James, the brother of John. Acts 12 verse 2. King Herod arrested some who belonged to the church, intending to persecute them. He had James, the brother of John, put to death with the sword. Question 10. Which apostle was a zealot? Simon the Zealot. Luke 6 verse 15. Matthew, Thomas, James son of Alphaeus, Simon who was called the Zealot. Time for the hard mode. Question 11. Who was known for being Jesus' beloved disciple? John. John 21 verse 20. Peter turned and saw that the disciple whom Jesus loved was following them. This was the one who had leaned back against Jesus at the supper and had said, "Lord, who is going to betray you?" Question 12. Which apostle walked on water with Jesus? Peter. Matthew 14 verse 29. Come, he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. Question 13. Which apostle asked Jesus to show them the Father? Philip. John 14 verse 8. Philip said, "Lord, show us the Father, and that will be enough for us." Question 14. Who was the other Judas, not Iscariot, among the apostles? Judas son of James. Luke 6 verse 16. And Judas son of James, and Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor. Question 15. Which apostle is credited with writing the first gospel in the New Testament? Matthew. No direct verse, general knowledge based on the tradition that attributes the Gospel of Matthew to the apostle. Time for the impossible mode. Question 16. What profession did Peter and Andrew have before following Jesus? Fishermen. Matthew 4 verses 18 to 19. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. Question 17. Which apostle had a vision of a sheet with unclean animals? Peter. Acts 10 verses 11 to 12. He saw heaven opened and something like a large sheet being let down to earth by its four corners. It contained all kinds of four-footed animals, as well as reptiles and birds. Question 18. Which apostle was a partner of Peter in the fishing business? John. Luke 5 verse 10. And so were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, Simon's partners. Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid, from now on you will fish for people." Question 19. Who prophesied that Paul would be bound by the Jews in Jerusalem and handed over to the Gentiles? Agabus. Acts 21 verse 11. Coming over to us, he took Paul's belt, tied his own hands and feet with it, and said, "The Holy Spirit says, and this way the Jewish leaders in Jerusalem will bind the owner of this belt and will hand him over to the Gentiles." Question 20. Which apostle is traditionally believed to have traveled furthest east in spreading the gospel, possibly as far as India? Thomas. No direct verse, based on Christian tradition outside the Bible. That's it. Don't forget to put your correct answers in the comments. Thanks for watching.